Hey guys, this is Sam with the RG Reviews again, and I'm bringing you an update to my Maverick 88. I found a side saddle for the Mossberg 500. Decided I'd give it a try and see if it fit, because it just, replaced two pins to install on the side. You don't need it. It doesn't need to be installed up here and hung over. It truly just mounts right to the side. It takes, all you have to do, you replace the screw internally here with a longer screw, and then you replace this pin right here, which is a trigger assembly that holds the trigger assembly in, and then this base just screws right on. There's a nut on this side that holds it on, and then there are 6 small Allen head screws that hold the actual shell holder on. The shell holder, you can really put them in either way, up or down, and it's going to hold them in there just fine. I prefer up with the bottom of the case up, just because there's a rim in case it does start wearing out over time. It'll catch and not fall out. I also have a butt sleeve on here that has 5 more shells. Yeah, I really wanted a side saddle holder just so I can diversify my my loadout. This is my home defense gun, and now it just turned into where it could be an offensive gun instead of just a defensive gun. Whereas, yeah, I could put a certain loadout of shells stacked up in the tube and then have 5 here. Well, now I have an entire world of options I can go into, as far as I can pack 5 slugs comfortably, knowing that I might not need 5 slugs because there's specific situations that would call for it, but I now have that option where I can have 5 slugs, 6 rounds of buckshot, and then whatever I want in my tube. And I mean, that changes things. It is a true game changer. I mean, you could, even if you have exotic rounds, could you imagine having 6 flechette rounds or 6 dragon's breath rounds just at your disposal to do with that what you want? That's some pretty crazy stuff. Or even it could allow you to have less than lethal options too, if you want to use that around your home while still being able to defend yourself against armed assailants. I also have the UTG tri-rail on here. That's a pretty cool mount. It's solid, doesn't get in the way of the pump at all. Everything works just fine, and I didn't put a pressure switch on just because I can hit it with my my thumb pretty easily. It's not an issue. And this is the Surefire scout light. You saw it in, if you've watched some of my other videos, I think it was on my DPMS AR. Just some quick detach swing swivels. These are pretty awesome, and I just have a standard sling. I don't go all crazy tactical. I think this is truly one of the best loadouts you can get for a shotgun, as far as a standard setup that people are familiar with. Because the buttstock on here, I don't think I've ever picked up a shotgun that had a straight up hunting style buttstock that I didn't like the stock on. And I have picked up a lot of shotguns where it's had aftermarket stocks that I just did not like at all. Whereas if they would have just left it the original stock, it would have been perfect. Some stocks, like the ATI folding stocks, I have not been pleased with those. If you're going to get a top folder, make sure you can find a metal one. The metal one I had just beat the crap out of all the little ATI marine folders. I just am not happy, especially with their side folder. The pistol grip on it is just extremely uncomfortable, and it doesn't really lock into place all that well. It feels like it's going to break. Tapco probably makes a decent folder. I know they make a good one for an AK. But other than that, I think if you're just going to have a shotgun, Mav 88's cheap, and what I did to this Mav 88 just changed it. It took it to a different realm outside of just your standard home defense gun, I think. But just different things you can do with a $169, $179 shotgun, depending on where you go. And all this can still be done to their 8-shot security model. Those things are pretty cool, and you can pick those up for like $229. I saw today in a store. And this side saddle only ran me $31.59. I mean, that's pretty cheap. And it takes like next to no mechanical skill to put it on. By the way, these slugs are Fiocchi Slugs, 1560 feet per second rifled slugs. These are pretty awesome. I also have some Fiocchi nickel-plated Buckshot that I like a lot. And I only found one box at the store that had it, and that was the last box they had, and I have not shot any of it just because it's really awesome ammo. This is the Z-Max, the Zombie Max. It's kind of gimmicky. The box is cool. It's going to be one of those things in like 10 years. There's going to be so many people that have these boxes laying around. They're going to be like, oh, when Zombie Max came out, I have all the calibers. But no, in all reality, this is actually pretty awesome ammunition. 8 pellets at 1600 feet per second. That is like hardcore. Think about that across a room. That is insane. 1600 feet per second. That's faster than 9. Most 9mm. Pretty much all 9. That's getting up there. And you're talking about a bullet or a projectile that's roughly the same size as a 9mm. I'm pretty happy with that. And when we talk about firepower on a shotgun, people think, yeah, it's limited to capacity because you have 5+1 or 7+1. But you got to think about it in true firepower that's actually coming out of each shell. You get some of that 3-inch 15 pellet double aught. That's a lot with each shell, and you can have it in a setup like that. Think about that. If you're in a close quarter scenario, you can be blasting through walls with stuff like that. Walls and doors. It would just be no problem. And that, you can still even throw a pistol grip pump on this if you want to go extreme close quarters, and then still have a 6-shot option as a backup. So it's an insane amount you can do with a relatively cheap shotgun. Under $200 gets you out the door with one of these. Yep. But tell me what you think, guys. Let me know if you have found anything else cool you can do with these. I know it's kind of a bummer that you can't replace the grip without changing major parts of the gun. Where you spend enough money, you might as well have just bought a 500. But other than that, these are, you can mod these out pretty well. But you guys take it easy, train safe, stay warm this winter. I don't know how cold it's gonna get here in Oklahoma. Last year it didn't get warm or cold at all, really. Nah, but the year before, we've had some pretty crappy winters out here.
Ice storms, mostly.
Yeah, hardcore ice storms, like people losing all kinds of power and stuff. And the winds here suck.
Yeah.
And not even a pun intended on there. Like they make things really cold. It's what you get for having a state with no trees. No, but you guys take it easy. Have happy holidays. For all my other Jewish people out there, happy Hanukkah, I believe. Yep. It's been a good one. Got a new pea coat. You guys take it easy.
Word.